ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהכל נהיה בדברו. It is one of the fundamental principles of science, I think, that every effect, every event has a cause. Things happen because something happened to cause it to happen. There is a very famous story, I don't know if it's a legend or what have you. There was a Greek by the name of Archimedes. He was taking a bath, and he felt pressure in his back. And he ran out into the street. Eureka, he claimed. I discovered it. What did he discover? He discovered certain effects, certain physical effects. Without it, we wouldn't know how to build ships, for instance. Many things, you know, every cause has a certain effect. And Archimedes was one of them. You know, we have developed sensors. Sensors permit for a car to know there is an obstacle in front. It may even stop by itself. Maybe eventually we'll have sufficient sensors in a car that it'll be able to drive itself. It won't need us to drive it. And the entire automotive industry is going to be revolutionized by it. And that's not in the distant future. That may be 10, 20 years. Who knows when it'll happen, but it'll happen soon, so to speak, because each new development brings about certain effects. You know, great battles had also effects. The First World War redesigned the entire Middle East. The League of Nations set new borders for different countries. Britain and France participated in that. Afterwards, we find ourselves even today that there are three different groups that really, there is no congeniality between them. They can't live in the same borders. And there are many strives, there are many confrontations, because the borders are not natural borders. So many a times, the effect is contrary to what we really would like it to happen. But this is the way history is. There is a battle that causes certain events. They in turn cause other events, and that's history. A succession of battles, of living together, not living together, but each event brings about an effect. My teacher, Rav Soloveitchik, he says that in the case of the Jewish people, it's different. We don't live by cause and effect. We have something else. We have a destiny. We know where we want to get. We are supposed to get to a promised land. We have to live there. We have to bring about the glory of God. We have to bring God closer to us. In other words, we are not always acting in that direction. Sometimes we are deviated, but we know where we want to go. We have a purpose in life, a destiny. Most of us, what are you doing? Where do you work? You know where you work? You probably applied to 3 different places, and the one that answered you, that's where you went. A friend invited you to a party. You went to his house. A girl looked at you. She liked you. You liked her. And you started a relationship. Eventually, you might even have gotten married to that same girl. Or maybe to another girl. But it's not as if you have planned out your life. You know, I would like to marry a certain type of woman. She should have these characteristics. Or the woman is thinking, I want a certain type of man. That's not the way it usually works. Most of the time it's by chance or what have you. You met somebody, you're working in a place because somebody offered you a job, not because that's what you really want. I had a friend. I think he was 7 years old at the time. He wanted to be a physician. He became a physician. Everything in his life was directed to that goal. Do you know what you want from life? Are you satisfied with what you have? Are you really accomplishing what brings you inner joy, spiritual peace? Are you full of emotion with what you do? Or are things just happening to you? You know, Shabbat is a great day. Shabbat is a great day when we go away from a cell phone, we go away from a television set, we go away from a computer, and we should be with ourselves. Look into yourself, introspection. What do you really want out of life? Are you getting there? Well, Rabbi Soloveitchik thought that God had a plan for the Jewish people. God had a plan that had a goal in it, and the Jewish people don't react by cause and effect, but they go toward a place. Actually, maybe each and every one of us also has a goal in life. Sometimes we don't know what that goal is. Maybe we should take time aside for ourselves to study ourselves, know yourself better. What do you really want in this world? And what you're doing is bringing you closer to that goal? Or are you just following? Things happen to you. You're doing things because it's the easiest way out, because circumstances brought you to that. You have to become the captain of your own ship. You have to learn, to investigate, to know yourself, and to direct your efforts in order to gain, to reach closer to the aim, to the goal that is important for you in life.